Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Techage. Techage is a mod for Minetest, which is a game for Luanti. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. I'll leave links to everything in the description if you want to try it yourself. I highly recommend it, very fun game. So the main goal of Techage is to progress through all the tech ages, as the name implies. You start off in Techage 1, which is Iron Age, which is essentially base game progression, but there is some pretty major differences, which will come up as I make them. This first episode will just be getting through that first tech age. My first goal here is just to get basic tools and, most importantly, find a good place to set up a base, as there are a couple resources I need access to which aren't available everywhere. Mainly applewood and junglewood you need consistent access to. As you can see, I got lucky and my starting biome has plenty of applewood, so it's just a matter of trying to find a place that has some junglewood mixed in as well. I guess now is also a good time to go over some of the most major mods I'm playing with. You may have noticed in the background footage already that I have vein miner on. This is just convenience for me. I don't think it's really fun to have to sit there and mine trees and coal and stuff for 7 years, so I don't. Other than that, I have the Ethereal mod, which adds a bunch of biomes and stuff, and the Unified Inventory Plus mod, which adds a much better inventory. You'll notice here I'm mining a bunch of gravel. This is both for flint, which is needed for a flint and iron, as it's called, and also to be used later in a machine. I also went ahead and grabbed some sand while I was at it, just for glass. Not needed for anything immediately, but it's nice to look at, and I want my base to look nice once I make it. After enjoying the scenery for a while, I decide it's time to sail off and try to find a good base location. You can see here I actually already found some junglewood here, but the terrain's so rocky I'm not sure if I want to settle in this area yet. But I quickly decided that I should just take what I'm giving, so I went ahead and started hunting around for a spot here. And after hunting around the area a bit, I spotted a nice beach in the distance, and I started making my way down to that to see if it would be a good place to make a base. And once I arrived, I decided that yeah, it's about perfect. Nice big flat area, ideal for the inevitable lawn base I will be making. So after collecting some more resources and moving down the beach a bit, I finally start setting up my base, placing some furnaces. And I guess now is a good time to mention the first of the two major differences, which is that you cannot smelt iron in a normal furnace. You have to use a special multi-block furnace, which I will not be crafting for a good bit farther in, because it requires a ton of cobblestone along with some other blocks, which I will go over as I make them. But I do go ahead and start smelting a bunch of clay to make bricks for my house, because I decided on a pretty cute design, which I'm excited to show off. While I'm waiting for that to smelt, I start doing something that might look unusual to you if you're used to Minecraft, which is repeatedly placing a grass block and breaking it. This is to get wheat, because in Minetest you actually get grass when you break it, rather than just kind of disappearing unless you get something, like a seed. So I just sit here and break it over and over again, while I'm waiting for my clay to smelt into bricks, just to get what I need for a wheat farm. And after I get all the seeds I need, I go ahead and start making the area for the farm, although I do misjudge it a bit, as I remember water irrigating 4 blocks, but it only irrigates 3, so I actually make it a bit too big here. But that doesn't hurt anything. So with that done, I have my wheat production set up, which I need for a block called a starter, if I remember right, which is used to start the fire needed for 2 of the Iron Age multi-blocks, being the, I think it's called the charcoal pile, and the smelting furnace. On my way back from a mining trip, I noticed there's some mice in my field, which is always wonderful to see. But I do notice there's one seemingly stuck in the water, which is a little worrying. And it seems I was right to be worried, as it drowned. I was pretty sad about this, so I decided to give it a proper burial. And after that little funeral, you'll see I started on my house at some point. It's only a foundation, but it'll come together quickly. And it's done. Very cute if I do say so myself. Got a nice little sandstone floor, tile roof, or not tile roof, slab roof. Very nice. After way too long, I finally decided to make the Techage crafting guide, so I can actually maybe show you all what I'm doing. And now is a good point to go over all the ages. As you can see, there's 5 ages: Iron Age, Steam Age, Oil Age, Present, and Future. This episode will probably just be going through Iron Age, and I can finally start working on the first part of Iron Age technology, which involves making a giant cube of dirt, specifically a 5x5 hollow on the inside. This is to make charcoal in, although I can't actually use it yet as I need my first harvest of wheat. Although if you look over there, you'll see it's just about done, so I should be able to use it soon. And with this first harvest of wheat, I can finally make the starter. The starter is made with a hay bale and some planks, and is used to start the fire needed to make the charcoal. To do that, you simply place the starter in the middle of the cube, and then you surround it with planks. After that, you light the starter with a flint and iron and plug up the hole you made. And then wait for the smoke to come out to let you know that it's working. To keep myself busy while I wait for the charcoal to be done, I decide to dig a little quarry to help me get some stone. And while I'm doing that, I end up digging into a dungeon, which are quite a bit different than in Minecraft. They're basically just big, empty structures that are a lot more close to a stronghold than a Minecraft dungeon. They are almost completely empty though, usually just containing one chest maybe throughout the whole thing. So not really worth exploring, but they can be interesting to plop a base in. But even after making my quarry, the charcoal still isn't done yet. So I go ahead and start working on the second Iron Age structure, which is the smelting furnace, which is essentially just a giant tower of cobblestone with the melting furnace block on the top, or whatever it's called. I think it's called like the melting pot. But it's just an 11 block tall cobblestone tower with a hole on the bottom that you can put another starter in and then fill with charcoal. And this is what I need the charcoal for in the first place, so it makes sense to go ahead and make it now. And as I mentioned before, the reason I need this is to smelt iron and also to make steel and bronze, which are both very important resources. And as you can see, I'm also going and making a second charcoal pile because I realized that having to wait on one is a bit slow, so I might as well have 2 to sort of speed up things. And with this second charcoal pile going, I should be able to reach the end of Iron Age once I have enough charcoal to fill the furnace. After spending some time in the mines, the first charcoal pile is finally done, so I can go ahead and retrieve my charcoal from that, which is most of the charcoal I need to fill the furnace, but I do need a little more. So after going back to the mines, my second one's done, and I can finally use all this charcoal to fill the furnace, which I go ahead and do. With this, I can finally smelt iron and steel and bronze, which will be all I need to advance to the next stage, along with the other basic resources I can just get by mining. So with my first bits of iron, steel, and bronze, I have all I need to advance to Steam Age. And with my first bits of wrought iron, I also went ahead and made an automatic sieve setup, although a pretty small one, which allows me to turn gravel into various resources. And that'll be all for this first episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. The second one should be more interesting, as I'll finally be getting into the proper machinery and other technology. Please leave a comment letting me know if there's anything I can improve. This is my first time ever editing a video of this scale. It was about 2.5 hours of footage I had to edit down here, so it's honestly pretty amazing that I got it down to just 10.5 minutes. I'll see y'all next time.